What's up, everybody? This is Unk coming at you with what the hell did I get myself into? Flow State University Refresh Edition. It's been a while since I made this, so I might as well just go over what the hell we're doing here. When you get here, you start in the waiting room. I don't know what you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? The top? That's what I always say. If you're going to join the page, join the dang page. And why do I say that? Because if you go to sub here, one of the few Discords that I know that doesn't bump their price around, that doesn't do promos, that doesn't say only 10 spots available. You just get in or you don't. I mean, that's what it is. 40 bucks a month. We came up with that a long time ago. There's two of us. It's $1 a day, 5 days a week. There's 4 weeks a month, so we came up with 40 bucks. Little did we know how much we'd be working on the weekend, but we just don't feel comfortable changing the price. We'd like to stay consistent in that regard, especially since we don't need it to trade. We ain't loading this into our accounts. We don't gotta wait for this to settle so we can trade. We're actual traders here. I just use that PayPal money for fun stuff. To be honest with you, send a lot of it to my son. To be honest with you, but yeah, so it ain't really about that for us. But we can't have a free room because it would be full of idiots asking too many questions. We want you to have a little bit of skin in the game, so to speak. And after 3 or 4 trades, I think you'll value that being so cheap. Also, ain't no other Discord offer this. Read this next line here. If you're not satisfied within 14 days, you can receive a full refund. If it ain't for you, if you don't want to do the work, if you need alerts from a college kid that are really just gambling coin flips, we'll kick you your 40 bucks back. We don't care. But I don't think we've done that but a handful of times because people were just so adamant and looking for alerts. But that's alerts are not what we do here. We're actual traders. We actually show how to do the work and then alleviate you of a couple problems you probably have because most of trading is psychology. Your greedy ass is probably getting in the way of yourself too much. And we help with that. That's why they call me Unk because I'm just going to tell you how it is. Market Monk is a college professor, so he's more on the teaching side, the nice guy. But I'm not. Um, I'm here to work out your problems, figuratively and literally. So once you click the button, make the big leap. I hope you access all these channels here. I'm gonna give a quick rundown and then get into our systems a little bit. Main chat right here. Basically, this is the place where we just talk as traders. Kind of a day-to-day notes in here. Just yeah, kind of where we have general conversation. Best place to ask questions, vet your ideas, stuff like that. Kind of keep it a little fun, a little light too. Trading can get really serious and stressful, so we kind of like to have fun. I don't know how else to say it because, yeah, don't want people to get all stressed out. Don't really do the whole "I was right, who banked" crap. Save that for later. That's another college kid thing. News and DD every day. Man, look, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning every day. West Coast dropping news. I don't drop some bullshit news either. Drop stuff that I think is actionable, should have range, create volatility. We've already been on updating plays and is tradable. Try to keep it down to maybe 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 of the best ones I see during the day. Feel free to drop news in here as well. More eyes is always good, and that's one of the main things I like to stress about what we do is if we have 10 or 15 people in here that do understand the system, know how it works, and they're adding to it, the better off we all will be as a community. Unk notes, my notes real quick. We'll talk about RTL in a little bit, but this is where I drop my notes every day that I think are going to be actionable trades. To be honest, I drop a lot in main chat too. No lie, no lie. But lately been trying to get 3 or 4 in here that I think are going to be actionable during the day. Professor notes, same thing. He kind of writes a little bit better notes than me. Imagine that. He's a college professor. I'm an ex-contractor. So his are going to be a little more actionable from the option side, mine a little more from the share side. But when you understand what works for you, whether you're a swing trader, a beef trader, or a share trader, you'll figure out how to apply these notes to you. But yeah, good content here, Professor. Every morning, he's really good about dropping them pre-market. Tupac Shakur, man, one of the first traders to ever come with us. Probably one of the better traders I've seen, to be honest with you. One of the best phone traders you're ever going to meet. But he trades SPY mainly. Kind of shows you how to pick the levels on these things. He figured out using our system and just a couple little things that made him pushed him over the top basically. So what again? One of the best indices traders. Him and Goose kind of trade SPY SPX daily. And they're very successful. If you go into testimonies and humble brags, you'll see Goose drop bombs in there every day. So yeah, if you want to trade just one thing, if you're a SPY trader like I guess a lot of those kids rotate to in the long run, follow the real adult here. Also another uncle to me. He's going to tell you how it is. I value that as well. We're not being dicks. We just want the shortest path to you figuring it the fuck out. We say it with love. Let's go. RTL charts, just a place where you can drop your charts. If you see something consistently, you drop charts in here. Lots of levels. I'm a horizontal line guy. We'll talk about that in a minute. Kind of rubbed off on the professor. He's more of a local pivot guy because you don't need as big of moves in the options. Little different ball game options and shares. Voice chat links. Let's not go there yet. Let's go Bear Cave. Bear Cave is kind of dormant, to be honest with you, especially right now. This market's been in an uptrend, so yeah. Whale Insight, unusual whale stuff. I don't know much about flow, but he drops the good flow reads in here. Trying to teach people how to decipher the unusual whales system because they drop a lot of stuff. A lot of it's just weeding through garbage. Food and travel. You know me, I drop some picks in here. We be cooking. We be cooking in here. I mean, like that. I didn't see that last night. We be cooking in here at Chipotle. Yeah, this is just for fun. If you want to drop something, that's fun. Share your moment. You know, maybe you're traveling or bought something new or worked on a goal or maybe had a good golf round. You know, drop it in there. It's a good time in here. Good time in here. That's where the good time is for. ER Casino. I'm against this shit. But this 2-to-1 setup we've been working on has actually been good, so I'm getting a little better at it with the I'm not better at it, a little more okay with it as we go along with this. So ER Casino, if you're trying to play ERs, this is the spot. Just the little added page. We do update, refresh the pages regularly when we see a need. All right, and then let's go voice chat links. So voice chat links. We have 2 systems in here, mine and Professor's. I'm going to go over mine first. Read the Room, I put out weekly. It's basically how I look at TA from a historical level, how I come up with my levels and stuff like that. And then when they get on my level and I see chart, not necessarily chart shapes, but chart consistencies or inconsistencies, overbought, oversold, consolidation, stuff like that. The charts come out in here. Try to give everyone a good breakdown of how to do TA quickly. Good example, people like Professor. When I met him, he did not have an understanding of TA whatsoever. Now he's a pretty darn good TA person. He can find local levels better than most. And again, it's all about making a level you trust and actionable. So this is a good spot to kind of take 20 minutes a week and just do a basic, what should I really be looking for in TA? Bam. So that leads me to, we're going to go here, my system real quick, which is, wait, let me do, oh yeah, and then I drop, no, I already did that. Yeah, so let's go my system real quick. So RTL. So what I'm doing with RTL, I take historical volume profile. I don't want to change this too much. Historical volume profile. I use the 10-year, which that's going to be a bad example. Let's go here. That's a good one. 10-year. I use historical volume profile. Then I like the 1-hour chart, the 3-hour. Shoot, 3-hour, the 3-year and the 1-year, and then of course the 10-year. When I'm charting, I'll use that. So I use this multiple time frame volume profile. I'm looking for consistencies in volume profiles. This is volume profile over here where shares have been traded historically at what price, and try to find levels off of that. Pretty successful in it. Not really refining it much. It is what it is at this point in time. I trust it. It works for me. It's made me live a very comfortable life, so I'm a little stubborn in what I do. But again, try to find trends, consistencies. Hey, like these weekly wicks down here, stuff like that. So those are to get my historical levels, stuff that should line up with big money as support and resistance. This chart was $3 and $4 a long time ago. We're 17 now. Don't search the group. That's a thing. Then I take it to, I'm gonna pop in here. Then I take it to the daily time frame. So auto RTL not only is a script I wrote that shows consolidation. It'll be on this chart because I don't have it up there. It's this blue line here that pops up. That's my consolidation script. But it's also a day formula. Basically, market makers want to control price, and they do that daily. So I use what levels are used daily. So I like pre-market high, pre-market low, which are these gold lines, and then yesterday high, yesterday low. Very actionable for them. What changes that or gets them outside of that is when they add volume or lack of liquidity. And that basically is all I look for. This morning we did, let's go this morning. We did sound CGC real quick. Yeah, so sound's a good one. So yeah, came down here, kind of held this 8 level. If you zoomed out before, we had this right here as well. Just lined up too well. You see that line? Look at that all the way across. Just lined up too well. And then for me, I read level 2. Got it in a couple spots, and that makes my entries a lot easier. So that's the system I try to teach people, is how to use the pre-market high, pre-market low, yesterday high, yesterday low, trade trends, stuff like that. It's a lot to digest, but once you figure it out, it becomes like riding a bike. You pop wheelies going down the street with no problem. That's just it's just a quick and easy levels. Because without these on the chart, you don't really know. Don't do that. You don't really know where price is gonna go. Is that gonna take it off? Yeah. Without those, look, can't see shit. I mean, nothing. What am I supposed to do with that? But when you pop on some auto RTL, bam. Yeah, it just gives you some guidelines. I always call it the football field. You get too far this way, so probably a good chance we're going to go the other way. And here, we'll use one with some historical levels. CGC, that's at 430. Came up and tested it. Yeah, came up and tested it. Nice little pullback. Going to consolidate around this level, in my opinion, because that's a historical level. And you're seeing that here today. So you kind of take those two equations, in my opinion, the daily or local levels and then the historical levels, and they're very actionable as trades. Moving on to Monk System. I'm going to go to Collabs for this. Monk System, he is one of the first people that got on to Unusual Whales. If you're familiar with Unusual Whales, it's option flow. He is I don't know how he reads it, but he basically can decipher the buys and the sells, the calls and the puts, and see which ones are really actionable trades for levels. When those strikes or numbers line up with my prices, and my TA prices, that is where you want to be at. Let's just say that. I don't know how else to say it. We basically can see big money and where they want to move stocks or where they're trying to take stocks. Again, they're trying to make money by buying and selling stuff. Sometimes they can't do it without options. It's hard to get large positions when you're buying millions of shares, and it's easier to do through option contracts. So it's easier to control those shares through option contracts. So he is the option flow reader. I've never met anyone like that. You can't just look at any unusual whale alert and say this is bullish or bearish or this is actionable. The way he deciphers it is great. So Collab Review is where we basically check our levels back and forth with each other. We do it two ways. One, we do it on the weekend, which I'll get into those videos in a second. And then we do it during the week, just kind of updating, refreshing what we found out, what we find on the weekend. So the 3 sessions, I'll read the room. I did my dirty TA. Homeroom here, real quick. It's just a free session we do. Don't really talk much about tickers in here. We try not to. And just more about market psychology, what we see, overall market conditions or market breadth. Do predict SPY at the end. Go back and check those. We're pretty accurate with with predicting the top and bottom on SPY every week. And then voice chat. This session's too long, but we got it. We're getting it down. We're getting it down. We're getting it down to like an hour and a half. But we go over a good 50 stocks. Again, through my picks on the weekend and his picks on the weekend, we kind of grade them in collab reviews. I'll throw that up real quick. Kind of grade them in collab reviews, and then we go over the entire collab session. Yeah, we go over the entire collab session. So anything we drop during the week that stands out, I go through on Friday, pick them out. Then we go through all these charts. Then charts that I just go through off of my main list. I follow 500 stocks currently right now. Stuff that's on historical levels I'll drop in here. And he will grade them, and then he goes through the option flow every week, stuff he finds that really stands out. Trying to get these down to 10 and use more of the work we do during the week currently. But we do all of these in the voice chat. We go over every single one of them in voice chat, seeing what lines up, kind of updating the thesis on the play, what we see, what the whales are doing, how volume's doing, how TA's doing, how the sector's doing, just everything. A big jambalaya pot, which I think it takes. Extra checks, as we call them. Then at the end, we make, where's the list at? Bam. At the end, got 3 lists right now. We have the collab review list, which is before we go in. My read the room list, which I talked about. These are my dirty TA list. The Tumblr. This is stuff that pass the checks, basically. So we do get about 30, 40 stocks in here a week that should be actionable depending on how you trade. I usually stop in collabs and say, hey, if this is how you trade and you liked one of these from the session, don't listen to us going forward. And then we try to call some shots. For me being a swing trader and him being like more of a day trader, some of these do take time, but these are the most actionable ones that we see, kind of the safer plays from our system during the week. So you get that every Sunday, Sunday, and the links are in here. So this will be Sunday morning, and then my session's Friday night. That's the creme brulee of the buffet here, because it's actually us live showing our work unscripted every single week, and it's what we think real traders need to do to trade successfully. And then yeah, we that top 10 list we drop in here, leftover 3, just good stuff overall in there every week. So yeah, that's the Discord. It's pretty much what you're gonna get. We're heavy DD focused. We don't really alert, but our notes are just as good as alerts 90% of the time. So if you're wanting to learn how to trade, wanting to get rid of the 1 or 2 things that have held you back, or the 30 or 40 bad habits that you picked up from some college kid trying to alert that's just selling you bullshit, this is the place to be. And yeah, hope to see you in the room soon. Have a great day, everybody.